Warriors NRL Fanatics here, back today with a video, and I'm going to predict the last two rounds of the NRL season and give my finals predictions. So, starting off with round 19, the South Sydney Rabbitohs versus the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs, and this is on Thursday, the 17th of September at 7:50 p.m. at ANZ Stadium in Sydney. Now, in this game, I'm picking the Rabbitohs to be way too good for the Bulldogs, and I'm going the Rabbitohs by 30 points. The next game on Friday the 18th of September sees the North Queensland Cowboys versus the Penrith Panthers, and this is at the North Queensland Stadium, and it kicks off at 6 p.m. A win here for the Penrith Panthers should secure the minor premiership, and I'm picking Penrith Panthers to be way too good here for the North Queensland Cowboys, and I'm picking the Panthers by 18 points. The next game on Friday, the 18th of September, sees the Parramatta Eels versus the Brisbane Broncos, and this is at Bankwest Stadium, and it kicks off at 7:55 p.m. on Friday, the 18th of September. Now, the Parramatta Eels, they need to win this game to stay inside the top four, and I believe the Parramatta Eels will win this game. I'm picking Parramatta Eels by 12. The next game on Saturday, the 19th of September, sees the Manly Sea Eagles take on the Gold Coast Titans at Lottoland, and this kicks off at 3 p.m. In this game, I'm picking the Manly Sea Eagles in a tight one over the Gold Coast, and I'm picking them by 8. The next game on Saturday, the 19th of September, sees the Melbourne Storm versus the West Tigers on the Sunshine Coast, and this kicks off at 5:30 p.m. Now, the Melbourne Storm are really timing their run towards the finals perfectly, and I believe Melbourne will continue this perfect run of form, and they'll beat the West Tigers rather comfortably. I've gone the Melbourne Storm, and I've gone them by 30. The next game on Saturday, the 19th of September, sees the Sydney Roosters versus the Cronulla Sharks at the Sydney Cricket Ground, and this is on Saturday, the 19th of September, and this is at 7:35 p.m. Cronulla Sharks have already cemented their spot in the top 8, but I'm still not convinced with the Cronulla Sharks this season. The Sydney Roosters, they're absolutely timing their run perfectly. The two-time premiers wouldn't write the Roosters off come finals time. They're really looking dangerous, and I see them beating the Sharks here. I'm on the Sydney Roosters, but I think it'll be close. I'm going to go the Sydney Roosters by 4. The next game on Sunday, the 20th of September, sees the Canberra Raiders versus the New Zealand Warriors at GIO Stadium in Canberra, and it kicks off at 2 p.m. Now, the Canberra Raiders, they'll be looking to keep their top 4 hopes alive with a win here, and the Warriors, well, their top 8 hopes are finished. So, with the Canberra Raiders having more to play for here, unfortunately, I'm going to have to pick the Canberra Raiders to win this game, and they're going to win this by 12 over the Warriors. On Sunday, the 20th of September, sees the Newcastle Knights versus the St George Illawarra Dragons, and this is at McDonald Jones Stadium, and it kicks off at 4:05 p.m. Now, I'm picking the Newcastle Knights here to get up over the St George Illawarra Dragons, and I'm picking them by 8. So my round 19 picks are the South Sydney Rabbitohs, the Penrith Panthers, the Parramatta Eels, the Manly Sea Eagles, the Melbourne Storm, the Sydney Roosters, the Canberra Raiders, and the Newcastle Knights. So the table after round 19 will read the Penrith Panthers with a 5-point lead at the top of the ladder over the second place Melbourne Storm. The Sydney Roosters will be 3rd. The Parramatta Eels will be 4th. The Canberra Raiders will be 5th. The Rabbitohs will be 6th. Newcastle will be 7th, and the Sharks will be 8th after round 19. Now on to the final round of the season, round 20, and it starts with a Thursday night game between the Queensland teams, the Brisbane Broncos and the North Queensland Cowboys, and this is at Suncorp Stadium in Brisbane, and it kicks off at 7:50 p.m. I'm going to pick Brisbane Broncos here in a close one over the Cowboys by 4. On Friday, the 25th of September, sees the Gold Coast Titans versus the Newcastle Knights at Seabus Super Stadium on the Gold Coast, and this is at 6 p.m. I'm gonna pick an upset here. I think the Gold Coast Titans can get a win over the Newcastle Knights, and I'm gonna go the Gold Coast here by 4. The next game on Friday, the 25th of September, sees the South Sydney Rabbitohs versus the Sydney Roosters, two of the most biggest rivals in rugby league. Both teams will be in the finals this year, and both of these teams will want to make a statement heading into the final series. I'm going to pick the Sydney Roosters here. I think the Sydney Roosters just have too much in their lineup, so I'm going to pick the Sydney Roosters by about. I'm going to go the Sydney Roosters by 8 over the South Sydney Rabbitohs. On Saturday, the 26th of September, sees the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs versus the Penrith Panthers, and this is at ANZ Stadium, and it kicks off at 3 p.m. There's not really much to say about this game, and I'm going to just say quickly, Penrith will win this. They will win this rather comfortably over the Canterbury Bulldogs, and they'll win it by 30. On Saturday, the 26th of September, the Cronulla Sharks versus the Canberra Raiders at Nostrada Jubilee Stadium, and this kicks off at 5:30 p.m. Now, the Canberra Raiders need a win here to jump themselves into the top 4. The Sharks are already cemented a top 8 spot, so there's more to play for the Canberra Raiders here, and I'm going to pick them to win this game by 2 points over the Cronulla Sharks. On Saturday, the 26th of September, sees the West Tigers versus the Parramatta Eels, and this is a home game for the West Tigers. This kicks off at 7:35 p.m. And the West Tigers season is over. Their top 8 hopes have been over for the last couple of weeks now, and they will want to win this game to finish off the year well. While the Parramatta Eels, they know they need to win this game to get themselves back inside that top 4 spot. And I think with more to play for here, Parramatta will win this game, and I believe Parramatta will win this game by 12. The next game on Sunday, the 27th of September, sees the New Zealand Warriors versus the Manly Seagulls, and this is the Warriors' last game on the Central Coast this season. And it kicks off at 2 p.m. I'm going to back the Warriors in here to get a win for the last game of the season. I'm going to pick the Warriors, and I'm going to pick the Warriors by 4. The last game on Sunday, the 27th of September, sees the St. George Illawarra Dragons versus the Melbourne Storm, and I can't see this game going any other way than a Melbourne Storm win quite comfortably. Melbourne Storm will win this by 24 points. So my final round predictions, my final NRL round 20 predictions are the Brisbane Broncos, the Gold Coast Titans, the Sydney Roosters, the Penrith Panthers, the Canberra Raiders, the Parramatta Eels, the New Zealand Warriors, and the Melbourne Storm. So the final ladder for the season will read: the Penrith Panthers will top the table. From the Melbourne Storm, the Sydney Roosters will be 3rd, and Parramatta Eels will be 4th. The Canberra Raiders will be 5th. The Rabbitohs will be 6th. The Newcastle Knights will be 7th, and rounding out the 8 will be the Cronulla Sharks. So now on to my NRL finals predictions. So Week 1 games will see Penrith Panthers versus the Parramatta Eels in the Western Sydney Derby. The Canberra Raiders will be playing the Cronulla Sharks. The South Sydney Rabbitohs will be playing the Newcastle Knights, and the Melbourne Storm will be playing the Sydney Roosters. So starting off with the Western Sydney Derby, the Penrith Panthers and the Parramatta Eels. I'm going to pick the Penrith Panthers here to win, to go through to week 3. Canberra Raiders versus the Cronulla Sharks. I'm going to go with the Canberra Raiders. The South Sydney Rabbitohs versus the Newcastle Knights. I'm going to go the South Sydney Rabbitohs. And the Melbourne Storm versus the Sydney Roosters. I'm going to go with the Melbourne Storm. So week 2 has the Parramatta Eels versus the Canberra Raiders and the Sydney Roosters versus the South Sydney Rabbitohs. So the first game, the Parramatta Eels versus the Raiders. I'm going to pick the Canberra Raiders here to get over the Parramatta Eels. And the Sydney Roosters versus South Sydney Rabbitohs. I'm going to go with the back-to-back premiers, the Roosters, to go through. Week 3 sees the Penrith Panthers versus the Sydney Roosters and the Melbourne Storm versus the Canberra Raiders. Penrith Panthers versus the Sydney Roosters. I'm going to make a big call here, and I'm going to pick the Penrith Panthers to get up over the Sydney Roosters and progress to the grand final. And in the other game, I'm going to go with the Melbourne Storm. So the grand final will be the Penrith Panthers and the Melbourne Storm. And in this game, I'm going to have to go with the Melbourne Storm. The finals experience will get up over the Penrith Panthers, and the Melbourne Storm are the 2020 NRL Grand Final winners. So yeah, that's my predictions for the last 2 rounds of the NRL season and the finals. Each week I'll be doing a NRL tipping video on the finals games, so make sure you check that out on the YouTube channel. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share your thoughts on my predictions. Do you disagree or agree with them? Let me know, and I'll see you again in the next videos. Thank you for watching.